Hey guys, Christ169 coming to you guys live with the power of my phone here. I'm outside Clarksville Athletic Club. I'm about to get my gym on here in a little while, in a few minutes here. But I want to take the time to talk about the 4060 and 4060 Ti, and really what we know so far. It's releasing in July. That's for sure. It's coming out in July. When in July, we don't know. It could be July 20th, July 1st, July 31st, July 30th, July 13th. Who knows for sure. No big dates in set. But the prices have been. I think it's $299, $399 for I think like $399 or $499 for the 16 gigabyte 4060 Ti. And the 8 gigabyte is going to be around $299, $399, stuff like that. That being said, does this change your mind on the situation? Does this change your mind on what has been established? Or are you still going to hold off? I asked my brother-in-law about this, and because him and my sister built my rig for me. They told me it'd be interesting, and it'd be a better GPU. It'd be an upgrade, between the 3070. But he said 4070 would be a better option if it wasn't so weird and mediocre. That being said, though, is the 4060 Ti worth it? I think it's worth it if you have anything above a 3070 Ti, 3070, you might want to take a whole lot of looking in the mirror and really evaluating what's important to you and what is really 100% on the market for you. Because these things are not cheap, okay? These things are not cheap. These things are expensive. They cost money. That's how it is. And to understand what a performance per dollar is, the CUDA cores are the same. I've heard the 4060 Ti might have a little bit more of an edge, but the VRAM is really where it's at for it. And even Jay's 2 cents talked about it yesterday, saying that really the 40 series 8 or 40 series 16, 4060 16 or 8, it's really the exact same thing. It's just the VRAM will play a big role in determining what you want. A lot of games are going to use a lot of VRAM. Hogwarts Legacy, Last of Us Part 1, even Part 2 when that does come out on PC. A lot of games are using it, guys. I mean, and I love my 3070 to death. But even I know there's a window of opportunity that's going to close, on the 3070. If you haven't got one now, getting one now is kind of mute. If you bought a 3070 a week ago, and I'm sorry, because you're going to feel like you're kind of jaded. But it's still a great card. I don't hate the 3070. I don't hate the 3612 gig. I don't hate either one of them. But what I am dismayed about, what bothers me the most about, is that there is a problem with NVIDIA's way of giving us things that we want to have. Okay? They'll literally sit there and sell us a $500 3070 with 12 gigabytes of VRAM, knowing very well it ain't going to be a lot of VRAM, But not knowing how much graphical fidelity these games are going to take. Not knowing how much. Sorry, I got to turn the light on here because it looks kind of hazy. I don't. What kind of graphical fidelity it does not have. What's killing a lot of VRAM in 37 Ti and even 3060 Ti is not the fact of resolution. It's the rendering. It's the high fidelity. Looking at Battlefield 2042, for example, I'm playing it, on high settings, frame locked at 75 hertz. I toyed the idea. I'm getting 165 hertz, 240 hertz monitor, probably 1080p, maybe 2K, maybe eventually, but probably 1080p eventually, or even 120, whatever, and have a good frame rate, right? That's what I was thinking, of getting myself into. Jumping right into that. The problem is with the 4060 and 4060 Ti, now knowing more as we know about it now, does this change anything? Me personally, I say not buy it, but I said to wait before we knew everything about this. Now we know more about it. We know that the DDR, the DLSS 3.0 is going to be better. We know, the rendering is going to be better. We know on both cards it's going to be good. Even Jay's 2 cents, changed his point of view about not buying a 4060 and buying a 4060. But there's certain caveats you have to look at. 3070 owners like myself probably sit it out, for an extra year, because we have a card that will run decently. 2060, once again, super, non-super. This is a good upgrade, a great upgrade. You will see a phenomenal experience. 2080 Ti, you'll probably see another phenomenal experience. 1060, yes, you'll see a big jump. 1070, 1080, decently. It depends on what your graphic card you have right now. Like I said before, and I say it again, I have a 3070. I love it to death. I play the game I want to play on high settings, some ultra, but I know eventually that VRAM monitor is going to come up and gobble a lot of the VRAM up. I get about maybe Battlefield 70-80% VRAM usage. If I put it on frame lock and on the frame lock, I get about 50 to 60. So put it on frame rendering where it locks your frame rate in does help a lot. So there's workarounds to get around this, and that could be where a lot of people are having problems is. They're trying to just balls to the wall, go for it, and not think, okay, well, we'll go ahead and unleash the beast. Well, that's good and all, good and fun and all, but if you frame lock your graphics card, you'll prolong it more because you'll have more wiggle room. So if you do get a better monitor, say for me, my instance, 165 hertz monitor, 1080p, 27 inch. If I get one of those, I can increase it, and I'll know how much I can increase it. Now, as high as I can go, say 120 to get like 80% VRAM usage, then 120 it is. But you know what though? It's better than it was. Or I can go 80, or I can go 100, or 110. The Battlefield, I'm getting no more than about 80 to 110 frames per second anyway. So if I put it at 120, that's pretty much over what I'm getting. So I shouldn't have frame drops at all. But see, that it had to work around. You work around the cards. No, if you don't want to buy a 4060 Ti right now, 4060, because A, money, B, your graphics card, you got it like me, and I got the 3070, a year ago, almost a year ago now. My birthday of my rig coming up in June, so I'll be, I think, 2 years, it'd be 3 years I had this rig. So, and I've changed a lot of things in it. I maxed out the CPU, RAM is high as can go right now, and the graphics card's really good. So a lot of things have to come and play. Is this for you? If you meet the requirements I mentioned before, 2060 super, non-super, 1060, 1070, 1080, 2070, 2080 maybe, then upgrade for it. But if you got a 3070, 3080, 3090, I wouldn't touch this right now. I would wait to probably after all the embargoes have lifted and the reviews really come out, to make your decision and to pull said trigger on this. Because once you pull the trigger and buy this thing, it's it. My rig, my brother-in-law said, will hold a 4060 and maybe even 4070. He did research on it and found out that it will, with the updates they got for the BIOS, it will now run the thing. Now, with being DDR4, you'll probably be leaving no performance on the table. You'll be leaving, it will be leaving performance on the proverbial table, where that will be, something in the back of my mind to know that I'm not using 100% of it. But if I can get up to 50% usage of that card, knowing that, an upgrade to BIOS again, it may push a little more, but it may be maxing it out. If I get a new motherboard, a new system, I got to really harness the potential. But that's something that'll happen years from now when the motherboard really no longer being supported with updates and it starts acting up because the updates are not working, graphics card not, that's not then. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's time to throw in the towel and get a new motherboard. I'll keep the old rig and I'll keep the old case, but put new motherboard in there and call it a day and go on that from there. Then it'd be Intel or AMD again. Hopefully I can bring over my 5600, 50 or 800 XVD over, but probably won't be able to. But, and that's fine, whatever. The point being is this, folks. It's up to you and you alone to make this decision. I can't make it for you, and you can't make the decision for me. We have to sit down, in the proverbial rooms, or stare in the proverbial mirrors and look and ask ourselves, is this what I'm going to buy? Yes, I want this great system. I want this great card. I want to have a powerhouse system. But is this what I'm looking for? Because we all know, the shady topics. We all know the shady topics and the shady tricks of NVIDIA. Okay, we all know this. We all know how shady they are. Okay. So that being said, though, going forward, we have to understand the 4060 and 4060 Ti. This does change the playing field a lot. Knowing there's a 16 gigabyte and an 8 gigabyte card. If you can't get 16, you can get 8. You can see like a 2060 Super or 2060 non-Super. Yes, you're getting 2 extra gigabytes of VRAM and a big beefy card. So essentially, you're getting a better deal. If you're going for 20 Super, yes, you're going to beef your card, same VRAM. So that there's also. But the VRAM would be better because, it'd be more powerful. than supposedly what it is right now. Now, it's not super, it's not X, it's not an X6 or whatever, but I would have hoped they came out with, DDR7 by now, but whatever. But DDR6 still good. It's just, the bandwidth's a little slower on the 4060 cards, but it has more. I think it has more bus though. So it's really, I think about apples. It's really apples and oranges at this point. It's apples and oranges if you consider the fact that the cost. It's apple and oranges if you consider the fact that you went from 6 gigabytes of VRAM 2060 to 8 or 8 gigabytes 20 Super to 8 gigabyte 4060. Really, you're not really, your VRAM's not gaining much, but you're getting a card that has a lot more CUDA cores. That right there, guys, is something. And then these cards are probably going to be for 1080p enthusiasts, 2K at least. So, what I'm saying, guys, is this. In the end, the last bit of the video, before I wrap it up and go to the gym workout, it's up to you to decide what you want to do with your money. I toyed the idea of getting a 4060 Ti. I toyed the idea of getting 6800 AMD RX. I'm still on the table either way. I love my 3070, but I'm still kind of miffed that NVIDIA couldn't give us 10 gigabytes. Even if they gave us this 10 gigabytes of VRAM, it would have sufficed me probably for a couple more years. But because they didn't do it, in games like Resident Evil 4, now I'm leaving a lot of performance on the table again. That bothers me. But once again, it's a gaming company, a GPU company. They make gaming the game peripherals. They make GPUs. They're not making candy bars and and gumdrops. They're making a lot of things that we use for gaming. So I have to take that in the same context and say, well, this is why they're doing it, because they're a company. They're not greedy bastards. They're not this, that, and the other. They're a company. Like any other company out there, they are a company first. So I understand that. You understand that. Life is great. So in closing, again, think about what you're really going to be doing with it. Look at the specs more. I want you guys to do me a favor. If you don't mind. Now, if I can trouble you for a few moments here. I want each one of you who are subscribed to my channel and has time. If you don't have time, that's fine, no big deal. To go on there and research this for yourself. If you're a gaming rig enthusiast or novice, like I was for a while, I want you to go online and research this. Bring up your current card benchmarks or whatever you can, and or the specs, and bring up the specs of the 4060 Ti and non-Ti, and put them both on there and look at them. And I want you to research each one of them. Then comment down below what you think from your current card to what the 40 series is offering is a good deal to your mind, to your explanation, to your opinion. I'm passing the buck to you guys. I want you guys to tell me what you think, so I have an idea to make a future video about this later on down the line when we get more information about the 4060 and maybe even 4050. I want you to go on Google or whatever you use to research this. Bring up your graphics card their graphics card, new 4060 Ti, non-Ti, and literally just look at it and see what it says and see what the check marks are. And I want you to say plus 3.0 DLSS, cons this, plus this, cons that. Mine has plus this, cons this, plus this, plus this. This has plus, con, and then very end your opinion, what you think. And when what you think in the end is a good deal or no. And would you buy it, yes or no? That's all I want you guys to do. I'm trying to be more interactive. I want you guys to be more interactive, and you guys are really good doing that. A lot of my videos, you guys have really interactive, so I'm trying to be more interactive, so I know what to look at when I see something. I don't know, it's kind of shady, but I want to make sure, you know. So, thanks you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go into the gym, work out. Peace out.